Hello, everyone. Welcome to Learn Style 3D Simulator. Today, I will teach you the course Simulator Physical Property Column Presets and Debugging. The focus of this lesson is to explain the basic principles of adjusting physical property. This time, 3 columns of properties are involved in the simulation adjustment process. First is the most important column for editing fabric physical properties, which was explained in the last lesson. Next are the extra collision thickness and extra render thickness in the cloth pieces, used to adjust penetration issues during simulation. It's important to notice that the use of enable seam taping should be turned off. Finally, parameters like iterations, substep, self-collision stiffness and extra thickness, etc., are used to optimize simulation results. There are 2 methods for presetting physical properties. The first is to directly use the official preset parameters in the simulator. It includes physical properties of several commonly used fabrics such as leather, cotton, denim, yarn, etc. Users can make more detailed adjustments based on simulated situations. The second method is to refer to the physical parameters in Atelier for adjustments. First, find the desired physical properties in Atelier, such as laser, and then copy the parameters into Simulator after a successful simulation. For better simulation results, we will switch to another set of garment and animation. This is the simulated animation with different materials after preset debugging. Now, let's start the formal adjustment process. First is the laser fabric, using coded techniques to achieve color effects. The fabric is similar to nylon. When adjusting, consider the physical characteristics of its high fastness, good drape, and lightweight. Physical property number should maintain high stretch and bending ratio while reducing weight and thickness. When there are not too many wrinkles, buckling ratio and buckling stiff ratio can be kept default. Another fabric, polyester organza, is characterized by softness, easy bending, and overall lightness. Its physical property number should be lower in stretch and bending ratio, with reduced weight and thickness. Comparing the simulation effects of the 2 sets of fabrics, you can see that the fabric on the right is more prone to bending. This is because the yarn is softer, with much lower stretch and bending ratio than the laser fabric. Next is the comparison between leather and linen fabrics. Leather is inherently hard and thick, not prone to wrinkles, and relatively heavy. Therefore, its physical number should maintain higher stretch and bending ratio, with increased weight and thickness. Linen fabric is soft, prone to wrinkles, with low weight and thickness. Its physical number should be lower in stretch and bending ratio. However, to create a straight effect, a slight increase in warp stretch ratio and appropriate adjustment of buckling ratio and buckling stiff ratio, which were made to create soft and comfortable wrinkles. You can clearly see that the leather dress is in a taut state due to higher stretch and bending ratio. The wrinkles on the dress are not as smooth as the linen fabric. Next, let's look at a few more sets of fabric parameters and comparisons. Common cotton fabric is soft, poorly wrinkle-resistant, and thicker than typical polyester fibers. Therefore, its physical number should be lower in stretch and bending ratio. At the same time, increasing buckling ratio and decreasing buckling stiff ratio can obtain a soft fabric effect, creating smooth wrinkles. The fabric compared to cotton is polyester, commonly used in outdoor garment. Its fabric characteristics include being close-fitting, lightweight, and wrinkle-resistant. Therefore, its physical number should be high in stretch and low in bending ratio, weight, and thickness. Here, the difference between cotton and polyester is very clear. Elastic denim fabric has a smooth and soft texture, which is elastic, prone to bending, and lightweight. Here, stretch and bending ratio use almost the same number as in Atelier, with a small buckling ratio and high buckling stiff ratio to achieve wrinkles. Knit fabric has good elasticity, fewer wrinkles, loose fit, and is relatively thick. Here, the difference between the two is not significant because the fabric properties are almost the same. But you can clearly see the wrinkle changes caused by buckling ratio and buckling stiff ratio. Generally, for garment with a harder texture, you need to increase the stretch and bending ratio. For garment with a softer texture, you should reduce the details controlling the wrinkles and combine pattern adjustments to modify buckling ratio and buckling stiff ratio. Well, that's all for this lesson. Feel free to like, share, and leave comments in the video section. See you in the next video.